Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red Screen Ninjas. This is the live stream, part 2, or maybe 2.5. Hope you guys enjoy this stream, and feel free to ask us any questions you got. This is just an open forum to chit chat and see what you guys got going on today, and let us know what you think. So when you guys get on, send us a message on the chat box, and let me know you're there. Hello, everybody. Let me know that you guys are there. Hello, everybody. Hello, Tank. How are you? Can you hear me? What's going on with you guys on a lovely Sunday today? What's going on? Where are you from? Hey, Kyle, how are you? What are you guys up to today? California. Wow, Tank. What brings you to VGT games from California? Do they have any VGT games in California? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kyle. Were you playing in the high limits room? Here's what I noticed in the WinStar when we were there a week ago. Like, it pays out well in the high limits room, but when you're sitting in the floor and you're messing around out there, you're gonna get robbed. So stay away from the big floor. It seems like it's like the opposite of Robin Hood, where they take from the poor and give to the rich. Yeah, you're gonna. If you go to WinStar, guys, again, go inside the high limit rooms. There are $5 machines. There are $10 machines there. But stay away from the big floors. That's right. Stay playing the Crown and the Belvedere. And again, $5 machines suck if you single bet. If you guys go to the $10 machine, you can single bet on a $10 machine. And I notice people hit left and right on single bet $10. But if you're sitting around messing around on a $5 machine, it's going to rob you. It doesn't matter if you max bet on a $5 or double bet on a $5. I sat there and probably dumped in $200-300 and I didn't get a single action. And when I went to the $10 machine, so, single bet, double bet, I was winning on double and max bet. And then afterwards, guys right next to me come by, sit down, single bet, and then he wins $1,500 and $2,000. So try that next time. But not like there seems to be certain times too. I don't know how it was for WinStar, but I noticed Fridays these days. We were over at Riverwind Friday, and Friday was horrible. It was dreadful, and not a single jackpots. But was winning a few small ones, a few $100 here from one slot, $500 here from one slot, but not a jackpot. And then Saturday night was kind of brutal there as well. $1 with a $5 max bet. Yeah, there's a game, the Kings of Coins, which is $1 game, a $5 max bet, and that seems to be my new favorite. After 3 a.m. Yeah, a lot of people have certain times, it seems like, and normally I try not to stay up that late, but yeah, a lot of people. I notice there's a guy that comes in and plays the $100 machines after midnight, and he tells me that throughout the whole entire day, normally that's the best time to find out if that machine pays out or not. So he goes in, puts $1,000, and then normally he hits something or not, and then he goes on his way. Thursdays, lately now, it seems like Monday's a good day to go. And I know Monday's the first start of the month, the first start of the work day, but try Mondays. If you ever get the brochures in the mail, and my theory is that any day that doesn't give you multiple bonus points are the days to go. And then every day, on the other days, like Friday, Saturday, Sundays, that gives you 12 times the reward points and stuff like that. Those are the days you stay away. And if you were to sit there and think about it, if they can turn off your iPhone and make your battery phones, slow down, they'll do this on a slot machine all day long. And that's just my theory. Biggest hand pay ever? Man, probably like 50,000, 54. Yeah, at WinStars, we for the 2 nights we were at WinStar, we won a total of $16,000 in jackpots. Out of that jackpots, we managed to only take home right around a little bit over $4,000. So, you win some, you lose some, and each of these jackpots do cost money. So don't expect that out of that $16,000 was all pure profit. It's not. Starting Bankroll, we try to take at least $1,000 a piece, my wife and I, and from there we work our way from there. If we win, great. If we don't, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, that sounds about right. $16,000 winnings. When you add it all up, to hit that 16,000, to hit $1,500 jackpot, you already left in $200, $300, $500, $600 to hit it. So, no, we're done for tonight. Tonight is recouping and bandaging our wounds. This week here was not a win. It's a negative $700 for this week. So I cannot complain. It's a less loss than other weeks, but $700 lost this week, and hopefully we'll have a better week next week. We might eventually go to this Choctaw. I got this invitation in the mail from Choctaw to Rant, which I'd never been there before, and I don't know if you guys got these in the mail too. But they're offering me $100 in points, $100 in free play chips, $50 in food court, and 2-night hotel stay. And again, I've never been to this hotel yet, but everyone tells me it's beautiful. It looks like Vegas style, and I believe we are going to go probably within this month, especially with all the free plays and the food comps and the hotel free nights. I can't complain. Um, One big thing, if you guys haven't done already, would like to say, if you guys do gamble and you guys gamble in the high limit rooms or whatnot, utilize your free membership card, your player's card, because that night at Riverwind, not Riverwind, at Windstar, we played there in the high limits, and sure enough, we were able to get free comps to the buffets, and and that's just only a few hours of play. I don't know what we've been there before playing, passing through, but never to stay there and get free comps like that. And I don't know what they're able to look at when they pull you up. Maybe they see that we lose a lot or play max bet or whatever it is on some of these high limit rooms, and it shows them that we're high limit players. But you go up to the host and say, hey, don't be afraid to go to the host and say, hey, I just you don't have to tell them how much you lost or win, but let them know, hey, I played for a few hours, and can I get a free comp to the buffets or whatnot? And they'll tell you yes or no if they can or not. So take advantage of that, but don't come in there and not play a single thing at all and ask for comps. They'll laugh you away. But definitely use it. My favorite machines are, in general, just all your VGTs. The payback machine is probably my first all-time favorite. It's blue. It's pretty. Hello, Michelle. It's blue. It's pretty. Mr. Moneybag is another one. Ruby Red is another one. And I stick to the brand name ones for some reason. I don't know why. But we have the off-brand ones, like I was saying. One of the gals that also have her channels. The Knights of I don't know, all the off-brand ones that I never even heard of. I'm sure internally they're all the same, and people just hit the same amount. But I just stick to the Diamond Fever. I never even heard of it, but it's I'm sure it's just as popular. The Banditos, never even heard of it. And towards in Oklahoma, your Fire Lakes, your Newcastle, and your Riverwinds, they don't have much of those brands, but they do have your Counting Cash and all the other ones that you see, us normally play the most. But yeah, I stick to the Ruby Reds, and again, some of these machines, like I mentioned before, if you guys are regulars and go a lot, all these machines have a symptom. They have a trait that if you sit there and you play well enough, you notice that, hey, it's not spitting out, it's not giving you some cherries, and right away that, hey, should I put some more $100 in this or not? And it's hard to say. You're right. It's all determined on the bingo card. But when you go to that certain time, that certain day, and that same machine, you have a general idea that it's going to hit or not. And then that way you can focus on committing to that machine or not, and move on. Otherwise, you're just feeding a $200 here in a machine, $300 in this machine, and you're testing out the waters. But you better make sure you have at least $1,000 bankroll to do that. Yeah, I wish I walked in and can't lose either, but it's a hit and miss sometimes. Yeah, there's days I walk in there, and I don't know what it is. I have the urge to play a $25 machine, and 5 minutes in, I'm down, $1,000. But yeah, $5,000 is a lot, and if you can't do any damage with at least $3,000, then it's not your night. Give up. There's no point of chasing it. But I wouldn't take that $3,000, and I wouldn't jump around from one machine. I think often, when we started out playing, that's what we did. We jump around here, $200 here, $500 here, and then we just give up midstream. And then sure enough, 1,000, 2,000 gone by, when realistically, if the wife puts in $200 in a machine, $300 in a machine, and it's kind of giving some action, and you want to go play right after, but don't let her jump off to $300 machine, and then you go and jump off to a different machine, and then some stranger comes by, and then he sits down on the machine and hits. Because I think there's many times that happen where we walk away, and some guy comes in, single bet, double bets, and then all of a sudden, thanks to your effort, hits a jackpot. So, if anything, whether you're playing with two separate bankrolls, just at least try to follow one after another, and if they're doing double bets, jump in and do single bets. If they're doing max bet and it's not working, jump in there and do single bets. Do double bets. But I noticed it's almost like a combination. And you kind of have to sit there and fill out which denomination is going to pay. The single, the double, the triple is going to pay out. So you got to test the waters on a few spins first. And then the ones that's giving you the most response, that's where you start focusing on keeping onto that bet. Some people switch it up from 1 bet, 2 bet, 3 bets, but once I lock on to the one that looks like it's more favored to pay out, then I commit to that single bet or double bet or triple bet, and then I bet all the way through. And if it doesn't work, I drop it. But otherwise, that's what I do. You see, keep sinking money in a machine, jumper. It depends. Sometimes you put $100 in or two. You put $100 or two in, and you just blew through $100 without a single cherry, without a single red spin, nothing. And you want to put in another $100 just to see if it happens again. I got you. But when $300 go in, $500 go in, and you're just looking for a lifeline, it's time for you to walk away. But don't go in there and just keep doing it. I've seen people go in there and max bet the hell out of it, and $500 later nothing happens. $100, $200 in max bet, drop it down to double bet. And if that doesn't do anything, drop it down to single bet, and then from there walk away. But don't just go in there and blast through, max bet of, $15, $30, and then walk away when someone comes in there, because, the payout denomination could be a single bet. We play, all sorts of places. Newcastle, Riverwind, and Fire Lake. I don't like to promote some of these casinos because, again, they're such a dick when it comes down for us filming. And if they weren't such an asshole about it, like Riverwind and Newcastle, then really I promote them all day long and say, yes, this is where we hang out at the most. But I can tell you, these casinos, for some reason, you would imagine they would say, sure, film, bring us business, it would be great. But they make a big deal about filming. And I think one of the reasons why is that sometimes if you get a chance to YouTube this, like some of these machines, whether they supposedly malfunction or not, it's courtroom evidence. And if you can catch this on video when it spins out and all of a sudden the number says, $1 million payout, you got some evidence. And I think that's one of the reasons why they don't want you to film, is because of that. So if you guys get a chance, if it's a red screen, film it for our sake, because we love to watch these red screen. But there's footage on these casinos where people are winning $4 million, $5 million, and the casino denies them for machine malfunction. So, and also play with your player's card, because if you don't play with the player's card, your player cards keep track of what pays out and what wins. And without having on there, there's times where we sat at Riverwind Casino and the whole electricity goes out and the whole slot machine shuts down. And if you didn't have your player's card in there, it'd be he say, she say kind of, but normally it resets to the right amount. But there's a few times where if you didn't have your player's card in there, you're out of luck. So make sure if you're playing, play with your player's card, and that way at least they can see what last denomination you're in. That happened to me when I was in Vegas. The whole machine shut down, and they just took my word for it and said, okay, if you only had $400 in it, here's $400 credit. And sure enough, but it happens. Yeah, see? So film it, you know, film it if you can. Play with the player's card as you can, because when you're playing $4,000, $5,000 a night, they should be offering you free hotel stay, free buffet, free, a lot of free gifts. So don't be afraid not to utilize it. Even if you need to go and go to the food court, they give you free stuff all the time. Use it. I've seen people who are regulars who blow $10,000-$20,000 a time. Don't play with players card because they're worried IRS is going to go after them. So don't miss out on not playing with the players card. Now we get to cut people in line at the buffet, and it's beautiful. We walk up in there, and me and the wife always mess with people because it's the buffet line, man, it's long. And then we would zip past them, and then we get into the VIP line and get our buffet, and then go on with our days. You don't pay. Well, told him to look me up if you don't pay me. Then return. Yeah, unless you're a regular, if you if you don't play with these cards, Kyle, they won't know if you're a serious player or not. You're just another crazy guy in there, claiming that you're playing all sorts of stuff. And when they look you up and go, wow, Mr. Kyle dropped $10,000 this month, or played through $20,000 worth of action this week, then they'll be like, I'm sorry, Mr. Kyle, it'll never happen again. But play with these cards, and again, you'll get nice rewards. We get free money coming in every just to play, and so again, $100 a week to play, at some of these casinos, and before that it was only $5. Come out for a free $5 free play, and then until we start using these cards, now it's $100, $125 a week. So use these cards. Even in Vegas, we blew through, $5,000 in Vegas, and no different. Now I'm getting 5 nights stay, come out, all these different, bonuses and rewards. So use them. Good. Everywhere we go, again, it doesn't hurt to use it. And again, if you can be friends with some of the hosts, you're gold. The hosts, are the ones that kind of decide whether to give you some of these rewards or not. And besides your card, showing that you do have the action, if you can go to your host and say, hey, I'd like to stay for a night or two, and eat for free. Yeah, they'll comp you all day long. Comps from Newcastle. I do get comps from Newcastle, but it's the shitty comps of free diner 44 or whatever diner it is, free sandwich and free hamburgers. They really don't have anything good to offer there except the free plays. And I think over at Newcastle we only get like $25 a week over there. That's really not that much for us to come by over there. And then lately, every time we do go and we play, when you hit a jackpot, you'll have 5-6 people, swarming around, and a few panhandlers in there. You got no business in there being asking for handouts. I really try to stay away from, Newcastles as possible. It's kind of rough over there sometimes. And they try to say it was a malfunction. I call a lawyer. Wow, that sucks. That. I don't know why they would say it's a malfunction, but yeah, again, the minute it starts turning red, flip that camera on and try to get some of this footage. and I don't think it'll ever be a problem, but it wouldn't hurt just to have you know. And of course, we love to watch these videos. No different, that last video of that Gabrielle winning $20,000. Those are. I wish those days when we did win, the camera was ready, but we weren't anticipating on winning that large of an amount. So, it's always fun, and so try to get some good footage for us, so at least we can showcase them. That one time on the rocket one, I don't know what the rocket one is. They had the rockets shut down. Is that an actual VGT game or just another slot machine? Hello, Jacqueline. Thank you. Hope you guys subscribed. If you already haven't, I'm thinking of doing this, and you guys tell me what you think. We're building this channel, which is one thing, but we want to have a segment on doing random act of kindness. And I know as silly as we sit here and we blow through hundreds of dollars in these slot machines, sometimes you sit there and you wonder, man, I just wasted a week's salary, or I just fed through $100 in 2 minutes. And you sit there and you wonder, like, man, what could I have done with this money that could impact somebody? Because sometimes I know we all work hard for our money, but sometimes our $100 to somebody else does go a long way. So I was thinking of a new segment, maybe once a week or once a month, for us to at least all pull in together and do a single act of kindness where we just hand somebody $100, $200, and it's not going to be in the casino, because I figured if you did that in the casino, it's all going to be gone. So it's something that at least in the streets somewhere that really someone deserves it, and to pay it forward. Because sometimes I sit here in the casino, again, I'm like, man, brothers and sisters, people they're working $8 an hour, $10 an hour, and we're sitting here no different, blasting through $5,000 in one night in a casino. What can we really do about it? How can we make a difference with this? And even if it's just $100 or $200, it does go a long way. So that's going to be a plan for a new segment, a new part of a segment that we're going to put where it's going to be, a random act of kindness, to where we can do that and showcase that, and then pay it forward, because you give, you get, and I do believe in that. So winning $1,000, $2,000 is one thing, and when you die, it's you can't really take it with you. But when you feed it to a slot machine at a $5, $10 pool, you really don't think much about it either. But to somebody, you'll make their day, you make their week, and maybe it could change their life. Who knows? The most we have lost, the most we have lost in one day, and this is a true story. We lost $20,000 in one day, and that was a sad day, and that was very sad. I think we went to the ATM at least like as much as the ATM would allow us to go, and yeah, that was a sad day. Yeah, but we try to keep a tab of every time we do go, and I think all of you guys should do that too. Hello, Gene. How do you say it? Gene VV Andrews? Yeah, keep a tab. I keep it on my phone, where week 1, day 1, whatever day it is we go, either a plus or a minus day. And I try to average out as far as, if this is a if this is a good win, a good week or not. And then overall, it normally balances itself. You might have months. You look at it by the months. Where this is a good month where you're up $1,000, $2,000, or a month where you're down $1,000 or two, and then some overpass the others. But yeah, it's yeah. But keep a log so at least you'll know where you stand. Because if you have a shitty week, stay away. Don't come back, and don't. Yeah. Donation to Highland Park Elementary in South Oklahoma. What's going on over at Highland Park Elementary? So we're going live tonight at 7. Yes, it is 7 o'clock. It is 7 o'clock our time, which we've been live for the last 30 minutes now. And I don't know how long we're going to stay on. Probably stay on for another 30 minutes or so, but this is just something I'm trying to test out the live feature, and sometimes I get this audio to work and not, but I think I kind of got it. But this is live. Is there anything you guys want to see in our next videos? Because I'm trying to figure out a better concept. Do you guys enjoy watching longer videos versus shorter videos? I know some of the videos I'm putting out now are right about 10 minutes long. And I know they're kind of, if you were to watch somebody else's channel, they're almost the same. I try to show you guys some good stuff that we play. But, I can pull this off into a TV show and make it more interactive and more watchable, 20-minute long, 30-minute long, if you guys want to watch something like that. Or do you guys prefer to watch something that's only 5 minutes, 2 minutes, hit and run kind of stuff? I don't know. Let me know. But I can put together, a good 20-minute, 30-minute long video, where it commentates and shows here and there. But I want to have something that I can show you guys on a weekly basis, and not run out of footage or material to work with. So anything you guys can let us know your feedback, and that'd be great. I will try to put one out soon, and I don't know what days of the week you guys work. My ass off when. When I want, if someone's starving due to. You're absolutely right, and I do agree with that. I know everybody makes bad choices. I know everybody make their own choices, whether because they're lazy or disabled or crippled or the whole 9 yard. And trust me, I feel you 100% when I see guys with arms and legs and capable of holding a sign every single day, asking for free money. And those are the people, But the ones that are trying, the ones that, the ones that really need it, who knows? Whether it's just a waiter, a waitress in a restaurant, whether it's somebody that's, really working, than just a panhandler in the street. So, I would love to do a group pool. I really don't know how that works. I see so many people online do these group pools, and how does that work? You guys pull in the money and you split it, 50 ways. How does that work? But no, I'm always down to it. I see they pull in $10,000-$20,000, and they're playing $1,000 pool, $500 from, especially that big jackpot channel. He's always off to Vegas, doing $200, $500, pools, spins, and one of his episodes they hit $100,000 on top dollar, which blew my mind. But I am down to do group pools. I know we had a guy that came through town, and he tried to do the group pool, but Oklahoma's really weird about it. So if we were to do a group pool, we would have to keep it on the down low. No, I'm not from Oklahoma. I'm not from Dallas. I'm from Oklahoma. So, uh, yeah, $20 last year. He said for food and drinks. I shit you not. I went to the casino that night, and that man is there gambling. Having gave a homeless person money again. You know, I tell my wife this all the time too. I said, I don't want to enable these people because they are. They are. I don't want to enable these people because they are no different, on drugs or whatever it is, and then you just gave them their next fix. But it's from your heart, and whatever you give them is one thing, and whatever they take it and do with it is another thing, and you have no control over that. But again, I'd rather give money to people that tries than the people that don't try at all, who's by the corner. So. That's where I'm heading towards. And I noticed I do hang out a lot over at Newcastle. So I don't know. I do almost the paperwork and W-2s. Person pooling gets the paperwork. Brian said he could have done the group pool if he gave him 30 days notice to the gaming commission. Hello, Raz Game and Gaming and Raz22 Gaming. How are you? So pretty much you split the money evenly with everybody else. Is that how it works, Danny? Yeah, we do. We do go to Vegas and play often, and we might go out there soon too, but not quite yet. On a Wednesday, my wife wins more. Wow, about 20,000 couple, 20,000. I do one about 20,000 couple a month. Gotcha. So I guess after they pulled, or they just sit there and send you the information, the how do you get the W-2s? They just contact you and say, here's your W-2s and an amount of $100,000 split 200 ways. How does that work? Jenny, you live in Vegas? Is that where you're at? Jonathan, I select my machine. I go to my favorite ones first. That's how I select, the obvious ones. And I go to, whether it's a brand new casino or not, I go find the ones that I like. The Payback Machine, Mr. Moneybags, Ruby Red, and I sit down at these machines, and that's where we start. And then from there, if that doesn't work, then I might steer off and try something right next to it or not. What's gold pays? All right, Kyle. Good talking to you. Try some. What's gold pay, Jenny? Jeannie. We'll try. I'll give you a heads up next time, or at least give you guys a teaser that we're there. But I think if we ever to head in that direction, it's gonna be Choctaw because, again, 2 night stay. I can't miss out on that. Yes, so we have from now till September 30th to claim that. So that is the plan. Progressive. I haven't played Gold Play, but I played the VGT Progressive. It has normally a big old screen, and lately it got up to like $900,000 like last few months ago. And I was sitting there playing that very Friday because I had a good feeling that it was going to hit. And sure enough, right around 7 o'clock or so, it hit. And it hit beautifully. Somebody hit, I guess, that amount, and they do show it. Maybe I can find a picture real quick and show it to you guys. Southeast Oklahoma. Something like Choctaw, yeah. Sometimes we go out to Fire Lake all the time, and then the other direction, um, I guess Sugar Creek or Creek Casino and Oklahoma casinos or whatever it is. Those smaller casinos were pretty fun with. Their max bet out there is like $6, $2 max bet, $6, and that was max bet. And I think we went out there and we max bet and won a big jackpot. I wouldn't even say a big jackpot. Won like $1,500 out there. That was a good night. And they apparently not many people go out there and spend $6 on a slot machine. And they were gonna take pictures and do all that stuff. And I'm like, no, it's okay, thank you. Our locals here do give us good offers. They give us shows to the cons, especially I don't know, Riverwind. They give you concert tickets, especially if they're sold out. You can call your host, and they'll give you concert tickets. They'll give you all sorts of stuff. A normal bankroll. We normally about $1,000 a weekend. We try to each. That's our bankroll, and that's always not always the case. Sometimes we lose. Sometimes we go to the ATM some more. But right now we try to stick with $1,000 a piece, and if we can hit off of our free play, then we're good. And if we can hit off our free play to where we win $1,000, $2,000, we're done for the week. But if we blast through our free play and then we go there and we try to, play with our $1,000, and that's what we try to play. And if that doesn't work, then we call it a day. Yeah, those penny machines. I don't know what. I don't know. I hear people winning on. Wow, what did they win? They win on video poker. I'm not a video poker player, but I hear people win a lot on those as well. I don't know. It's has a lot of promising. Heading to go gamble myself. I'll have to say no. Let us know. Shoot some videos, Jenny. Hopefully we can see some big payouts. But shoot some video. I know in Vegas they were very open about us filming, and they said, "Yeah, go ahead, film." So, yeah. Hopefully we'll get some nice footage from you. The free play that I get locally around town here is about $100 a week. And this, depending on how often some of the other ones that we do go to, they give us about $25 a week. So it depends. Riverwind and Newcastle are pretty close to each other. They're maybe like 15 minutes apart. So if we do well, we might go to Newcastle versus Newcastle. We might go to Riverwind. But yeah, we do get these free plays, and then often, maybe 50% of the time, the wife does pretty well on free play. She goes in there and plays a $5 machine or so and hits a $1,500, $2,000 jackpot all the time. I do play $5 machine. I do play $1 machine. My new method these days, especially if you don't have a lot of bankroll to play with, is that go to these smaller VGT machines and play. Go to the $1 machine and do a max bet $3. Do a $1 max bet $5. And you're not going to hit a jackpot on the floors, but you're going to hit $300, $200. You're going to hit something that's going to build you up. But the only thing with these machines out there is that, for you to hit a big jackpot where it's gonna hand pay you $1,500 is nearly impossible. And the only time you're gonna hit something really big that I've noticed, especially on a $1 machine, is on a $1 bet, and it's gonna take 5-6 months before you're gonna get 3 symbols or something silly like that, where it's gonna pay out $20,000. But on an everyday $1 machine, $2 machine out there, it's gonna pay you a few $100s here and there. The only problem is that don't get caught during the time where it's taking in money, because it takes in money for a little bit and it spits out money for a little bit. So find the right time, go to these machines, 7-8 o'clock. I don't know what time you guys normally play, but there's a few time zone whenever we go to these machines where I jump to one machine and I play for a little bit, make a few $100s there, and then I go and then I jump into another area, and then I try to build up that bankroll. So even if I come up with $1,000, I'll end up having $2,000 to play. If the wife doesn't, take all my money, but vice versa. Sometimes I lose too. Yes, you're absolutely right. Newcastle is very smoky, and it's not as clean as Riverwind. Do you do a predetermined set of spins on the machine, or you get a feel for it? I try to get a feel for it because I don't know. I get a feel for it, and I measure it with the cherries and how frequently it comes up. The wife, on the other hand, jumps in and she would play and counts off, every 5 spins. I think she says every 10 spins on a $5 machine, if it's not giving you any wins of 5 or 10, wins or so, where it just takes your money 10 times in a row, then she jumps machine and she's out of there. So it varies. I don't like that concept because you never know on that single bet or even a doubles, on a double bet or a triple bet. It all varies, and it might not pay it on a single bet, but when you go in there and do a double bet, it pays out. And some machines, I kid you not, have a mode, and if you pay attention to it, literally that machine only works well with double bets and triple bets, but never single bets. And again, that's what I noticed over at WinStar too. You can go in there on a $5 machine and single bet and double bet and all day long, but rarely it's gonna take more of your money than it would get back. The time that we normally play, we normally try to go on a busy night. Fridays, especially Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And depending on where you go, Friday nights really isn't as packed as it should be. Friday night, 11, 12 o'clock gets really busy. And then same thing on a Saturday. Saturdays right around like after midnight seems to get busy. 1 o'clock, midnight to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock seems to be like prime time for on a Saturday night. And then Sunday nights, for some reason I don't play on a non-busy floor. If it's not busy, stay away from it. I mean, you might get lucky and get hit a few, but when you're going in there, you notice the cards ends a lot faster. You're getting that extra 1 penny because either you're playing against yourself or you're playing against somebody else, and it doesn't really do that well. But it does well when there's a pool of people and they're hitting jackpots. They're getting table games, and yes, they are getting roulette coming in. I don't know when that's coming in, but we will eventually have real roulette with the ball, the whole 9 yard. So yes, that is coming. Listen to the bells. Yeah, the bells do happen when you have a pack full of rooms, but the 95% of the other rooms on the outside of the high limits, rarely you'll hear bells go off. Are we gonna play D Ricky? Which casino are you at right now? I truly suggest sticking to a high limit room. And in the high limit rooms, there are $5 machines and there are $10 machines and 25 and up. It's not just all $25 machines. So don't be just because it says high roller doesn't mean you're gonna go in there and do $20 $25 spins. There are $5 machines that you can single bet all day long. There are $1 machines in there too. $2 machines and $1 machines too. So, but yes, hang out in the high limit rooms. Even the machine tells you that, hey, because you're in a high limit room, the point systems aren't doesn't pay out as what they pay out on the floors, because I guess it pays out more frequently. But stick to the high limit rooms if you want to win. But if you're out there on the floors, you're just making contributions to their daily bills. More money in, more money out. Well, the plan, Danny, is to have less money in, more money out. So, so yeah. But no, you don't want to stick in all the money in there and get it out. Anybody out there gambling tonight? Are you guys heading to the casinos tonight to play? Or are we calling it a Sunday for tomorrow? To start the day off tomorrow and go back to the grind. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Danny. The busier it gets, the better it is. Concerts, concerts are good nights to go. When they have people passing through, country singers, whatever night it is. After the show ends, it gets pretty busy. But those are the guys that comes in and stick in $10, $20 machines, and they hit a jackpot from your efforts. So it's a good thing. It's a bad thing. Yeah, depending on what nights you're going, but make sure you go on a busy night where there's a big crowd. What did we win this morning? Yeah, I was there this morning too. We left there this morning, and it was a quiet room in there, barely like 2-3 people there, and yeah, we think we end up, after waking up and contributing to the high limit rooms. I think we probably left off $500-600 lighter from the time we woke up and put some money back in. So that was not a good Sunday. Yeah. Done. Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to see in our next coming videos? What do you guys want to see more of? What do you guys would like to know? Let us know, and we'll see what we can do to get some of these videos going. From your ass after, how do you removing a shit from your ass after going to the Riverwind? I don't get what you're saying there, Slot. How do you recommend removing shit from your ass after going to? Hey, you gamble what you can afford, and don't gamble more than what you have. Last you want is to start pulling money from your credit card instead of your debit card, and then going into a hole. So, whatever you do, stay away from the credit cards. You talk more. I will try to talk more in the videos. Sometimes I really don't have nothing to say because the machine does it all. But I'll try to give you more talk in some of the new videos. That is your better half that went with you. Rough day. Gotcha. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, Jacqueline. If you're there over at Riverwind and you playing with a player's card, and you just lost a few $100, sometimes a Burger King, a free Burger King meal over there tastes a lot better, and so don't be afraid to ask for these comps, even if it's just for $10-20, they'll give them to you. Yeah, ever since I started playing slots, I mean, I used to play a lot of poker, and I think, and again, I told you guys this before, playing slots really makes you a better poker player. Because when you're buying in for $100 and you're sitting in there for hours and hours on $100, it's a slow ass game in poker. And you're sitting there fishing and waiting for the right moment to go all in and spring all these traps that you're doing. You know, you could blast through $100 on a slot machine in like 2 minutes if you wanted to. And so $100 really doesn't have the same meaning and feeling as you would in a poker game. But when you're playing in a poker game, it seems you're more bolder to make these moves, these calls, because you're like, it's just $100, and the guys who's sitting in there with only $100, they're sitting there, like that's all their bankroll. So, yeah. Answer to the name of the red screen bumbling idiots. Your husband there, Jacqueline. Uh, yeah. Uh, Especially playing the high roller areas, usually the cards in case. Yeah, I play with the cards. I mean, I know often. Again, this electricity doesn't go out as often, but do. Oh, there's another thing you guys need to know this too. There's a video that I watched on YouTube, and this guy sat there, and he was doing, he was a high roller, doing $50 spins. No different. He had one of his girlfriends with him, whether she was just a friend or a girlfriend, but a friend that he knew. And he said, "Hey, go ahead and press this button for luck for me." And sure enough, she pressed the button for luck, and they hit $100,000 jackpot. And because legally, and I think Oklahoma will probably hold you to this, legally, it doesn't matter who puts in the money. It comes down to who pressed the button. And because she pressed the button, she is legally the winner. So they paid out the money to her, and of course he's being, hey, where's my cut, and harassing her, texting her, and she ends up not giving him the money at all, and and that's the story of letting people press your buttons. So guys and girls, be careful who you let press these buttons. So, but yes, it does happen. Hey, Danny, thank you for the first super chat of $1.99. Very appreciative on that. I'm hopefully we'll do something with that and put it to good use. But thank you very much for that. Our first super chat for today. Yeah, if you guys want to give some super chats, by all means do so. I'll pull them all together, and again we'll go out and do something good with it. So thank you very much, Danny. Appreciate it. Hello, Caesar. How are you? Yeah, if you guys get a chance, I know there is a progressive, there's a VGT progressive on all these Oklahoma floors. Play them. It's only $3 max bet, and you'll love it because when you look at these numbers and they're in the hundreds of thousands, 400,000, 500,000, and the ticker is just ticking away. Play them because you know what? If it had to spit out $10,000 because you hit 3 symbols or you hit 7, whatever it is, it's not going to do much to the big pool of $500,000, $400,000, and you'll see more symbols on these progressive versus the super, lucky duck, the super jackpot symbols. But play them because you'll get red spin every other spins. You'll get red spin you'll have a good time on $3 bets versus going in the high limits room and then doing $15 spins, $10 spins, if you wanted to kill some time. So I do recommend that. My Bourbon Street is my favorite one because the cherry and the symbol is a win. And you're right, it is one in all that million, but if you notice the ones that do hit out the most, If you go to VGT Facebook and you look at their winnings of all the winners that won the progressive ones, they're in the 400,000s or the 600,000s or the 900,000s. And keep it, keep in mind in those range. If you see the number gets to that point, play that week. You never know. You might get lucky and retire. Who knows? But it doesn't hurt for you to play that versus playing something else that 20 line spins that really you have no clue what you're winning. Favorite casino. My favorite casino out of all of it by far, just going to WinStar recently. I do like it. It's pretty and nice. But if you were saying the casinos that shows us the most love and give us a lot of comps and free plays, it's probably Riverwind. Lucky Star. We've been out to Lucky Star. We've been out to the one in Concho. And we even been out to Kickapoo casinos. And these little, if we were passing by and we play, it's one thing. But because they're just out there, and they're the size of a trailer, it doesn't really excite me to go out there and play. There are people that do go to these small, casinos, and they do hit big. I don't know what their tactics are and their strategy is, but no, I haven't been Lucky Star in a while. And some of these casinos, again, if we were taking a road trip passing by, we might, but we might even we were planning to go to Tulsa and play at the Hard Rock and some of those other casinos, River Spirits and all that stuff up there. But we haven't quite planned. We haven't quite planned being out there recently, because again, we don't play so much out there to get free stuff. And just recently, Riverwind gave me the biggest Yeti cooler they offer in their gift shop from Comps, and it was like a $400 Yeti cooler. So they like to. They do give out some free stuff sometimes, and again, that cooler was a really nice gift they gave us. So that's my shout out to them. River Spirit was pretty good. Before we got into the VGTs, we were playing. The wife loved to play the Money Wheel, and she played out there, and during the time when we weren't professional gamblers yet, winning $500, $600, on that machine was a good win. And I think she won we won $700 that day off of that Money Wheel, and that was a good night. Hard Rock. Hard Rock. I used to go out there and play poker a lot out there, and it's a beautiful casino now. It's prior to Hard Rock, it was the Cherokee Casino. And they kind of stripped away all the Indians and got into the franchise of it, and it looks like a nice Vegas casino. So it's a beautiful casino out there, and everything's all decked out. I have not been to Broken Bow Casino yet, to Broken Bow, Oklahoma. I don't even know where that's located at and what casino is out there, but if there's something that's good out there, I would consider probably going out there if it's nice. But I think the new casino that we do plan on going is Choctaw, the one in Durant. Someone told me there is a swimming pool, 7 swimming pools in there. A bowling alley, arcade games, and stuff like that, and I think that's really great that they're making it a lot family oriented. So hopefully we can go out there and have a good night out there. I haven't been to Pocola. I know that's another one that's out there, but I haven't been out there either. So hopefully we'll try to make it out there. But from the pictures here, It looks like Durant is a really good one, and maybe it's a lot newer, but I think that's the game plan. We're gonna try to go to Durant, and you know, hang out in the pool and enjoy some of these, free food and stuff like that, and check it out. Yeah, so we'll see. McAllister. I don't know which casino is in McAllister, Nick. Hey, Nick, since you're a CPA there, why don't you help us answer some of these questions here that maybe some of us want to know? I know everybody asks about taxes and player's card, no player's card, keeping a ledger, not keeping a ledger. What do you recommend on that, Nick, if you're a CPA? Does it matter? Do they need to pay taxes? Do they need to? Everybody freaks out about this, and I think just the other day, this weekend, a guy was telling me how he has to set up a fake company, an LLC, and does all this nonsense to it, and if he wins money, he goes in there, and I'm like, that's too much. I mean, we write it off, and we write it, we keep a ledger, and I'm sure in the gaming industry, when you're showing gambling loss, people know that you're winning and losing, and it doesn't just because you have these statements, these 1099s showing you won $100,000. That doesn't quite mean it's take home. They know it costs money to put in it. According to the IRS, you have to provide accurate records. I myself keep a ledger, casino that I went, date, amount, wager. But how, Nick, in your time, how often do you have anybody that got audited or anybody to where they, where that comes in effect, where you have to show these ledgers? And realistically, if you had $100,000 in winning, let's say I hit a jackpot tomorrow and I hit, $100,000 worth of total jackpot, can I essentially write off $100,000 and say I lost $100,000, throughout the whole entire year as well too? Wow, somebody won $2 million at Choctaw. I wish I was that person. A young man, $2 million. Oh, when I was at WinStar, the Crazy Bill got hit $100,000, and the gentleman was doing a $75, $25 max bet, 75, and he hit three Crazy Bills, and that was a $127,000 win. Nope, none tonight. I'm gonna try to work on some good footage and content for you guys so you guys can see, and maybe I'll try to put it out by tomorrow for you guys to watch. You can pull your numbers on the casino website and win. Yes, I get to my tax guy. You can only write off your losses to the extent of your winnings. So you can't write off more than what you won. Gotcha. So if you win $100,000, you can write off $100,000. And I guess you do that enough times, to where you're on the radar, and then maybe you need to worry about being audited. But until then, $5,000 lost, $2,000, $10,000, you're probably far away from being audited. So don't freak out. Is it true the end of the month? I noticed this, and I guess in the next few months will probably be end of the year. But when we got heavy into the slot machine profession here, we hit a lot during fourth quarter, and it seems like October, November, December, January, maybe the casino raked in so much money that they're like, hey, we got to pay out this fourth quarter, or else we get taxed on it. I don't know, but it seems to be a lot looser towards the end of the year. And I can tell you, after February, when we took off for a vacation, like it slowly, after February, everything got cold, and every time we go, everything got to where you would go there, and same night, same procedure, everything, and you wouldn't hit anything to save your life. So yes, I do believe fourth quarter is a good time to play. go out and play. During those times, maybe you can win a car, maybe you can win something really big. But go out there and rake up some points and win. Um, let's see here, Caesar. Is it true in the end? Yes, that is what I got. Um, I don't have any live plays. It's hard that I can do some video game live play on the computer here for you guys to watch for fun instead of having a static photo here. But as far as setting up live play in these Oklahoma casinos, they'll shut me down. There's no way I can even have a live play. I'll have live play that's pre-recorded that I can put on for you guys to watch, but live streaming play at the casinos like you see in Vegas and those, maybe one day I'll get in good with one of the casinos here and they'll let me do that, but not any live streaming videos at the casinos yet. So, we won any drawings at Riverwind? Yes, we won many drawings at Riverwind. And the funny thing on these drawings is that when you win and they call your name, especially at Riverwind, it doesn't matter which pots of plants you pick, or it doesn't matter which plates, or they're all the same amount of prizes. And if you ever read the rules and regulations, it's all the same. But yes, we won. And when they call your name, you'll see how many entries you have. And the last time I think my name got drawn, I had like 900 entries compared to another person that got drawn with me, and they only had 10. So, does it matter if you're a regular player or not? It's totally random, So, you would imagine the guy with 900 entries would get more chances, but it's totally entry. It's totally random. No, Nick, we are not in Tulsa. We live in Oklahoma City, and often we try to go to some of these casinos on the weekends or so, just to have something to do on the weekends. But no, we back to your question, Jacqueline. Yes, we do hit some of these drawings. It's normally $500 when they draw your name, so it does help out sometimes when you go there and you have a shitty weekend or a shitty night and you're down 100, all your money, and then all of a sudden they draw your name for a hot seat. It does build morale, and it might even get you in trouble to where you think you're on top of the world and start feeding $100 in a $100 slot machine. So, but yes, we do win them. We actually got a new clip that we did of the $100 edition, and I can't wait to put that up for you guys. But the sad thing is, it only lasts like a few minutes. But we'll try to put that up pretty soon, along with something else for you guys to watch. Anybody out there? Are all you guys from Oklahoma? Or where are you guys from? Feel free to comment in the chat here. I know we have about 20 person watching this right now, and there's only probably a handful of 5 people commenting, but let me know you're alive out there. Let me know you guys are out there. Say hello. And there's a Choctaw, yep, and Pocola, Cherokee Casino and Roland Park, Small and Salisal, Roland. Yeah. Oh, you're in Edmond too? Good deal. Yeah, Edmond Drive. Yeah, we live in Edmond. It's a far drive from here to Riverwind. I'm in Fort Smith, Arkansas, 10 minutes away from... How is the... don't you have a casino in Fort Smith there, Nick? Right by the border? I think... I don't know what it's called. Is it Arkansas? Yeah. There's a casino you have right in the border of Oklahoma coming in from... I heard that was really nice. Hey Terry, how are you? Wow, Lady D, you're from Dallas. And then Marla, hello Marla from Arlington. Do you guys all come to Oklahoma to play your slot machines? Because I know Dallas and Arlington, you probably go to WinStar. That is the Pocola one? Live at Choctaw, it's allowed. Oh wow, I did not know that it's allowed. So I will I will try that next time. I know what's her name goes out there and film a lot out there, so I always wonder if they would allow you, but yeah, WinStar does. Yeah, they don't allow you at all. And that's why you gotta secretly ninja record those sometimes. Wow, Caesar from Louisiana. Do you guys have boat casinos out there, Caesar? We've been in Louisiana. We've been down to the Beaumont area over there, the Burge, and the Golden Nuggets out there. Those are nice casinos out there. Um, we we go there every now and then. Right over there by it's Lake Charles. It's those casinos are very nice. Much Custer. Yes, they are. Durant seems to have like a little bit farther than WinStar. It seems like. Do you ever do high limits Liberty Sevens and Cool Cats? You know, I have friends who play those Liberty Sevens and Cool Cats and those type of games and video poker, but those are the games that I don't. For some reason, it just doesn't. It's just a different. I don't know why. I just don't play those. They just don't seem to. When you have more than one lines, two lines, more than one line, 10 lines, 20 lines, to me it's totally luck of the straw. While they all are essentially the same thing too, I like to have the single line option. Only problem is traffic going through Dallas, one way to Choctaw. Lately, I've been getting some of these mailers from Vegas, and they are really getting me to go out there. I think, we just got the mail in, and they're offering me 5 night stay through the either Caesars or the M Life Reward 5 night stay. Shows, the tickets, and all sorts of stuff out there, and the mini what was it, I don't know if you guys get those too, but the McLaughlin, Vegas, Nevada casinos, they'll fly you out there for free and everybody else $100 on a charter jet. But they are trying to get you to go out there, and maybe we'll go out there and start. The weather out there is beautiful compared to what we get up here, but not anytime soon. I think who knows? We'll see. Sometimes when you sit there and you lose thousands at the casinos, you're like, yeah, I should have been in Vegas for a weekend because it doesn't even cost that much to go. Wow, congratulations, Caesar. How'd you win $20,000 and which casino was it? Did you hit 3 symbols? Or was it just a total of $20,000? Hello, Kathy. The new border casino at exit 1 before Windsor looks like we're going to be a real nice and bigger than I expected. I didn't know there was a border casino. Some of the gas station ones too, that are small across. I know Goldsby is right across from, Riverwind. They're all owned by the same people. If you go down I-35, they're all owned by the Choctaw Nation, the Chickasaw Nation. And some of those, because they don't have enough action in there, maybe some of these slot machines need to do a dump and needs someone to come in there and max bet it and win. But don't be afraid to go to those gas stations and do $15 bets or so, because again, sometimes these machines are just stuck on hold there because no one's doing enough bets, and you go in there and hit a big jackpots. I got friends who only goes to these gas station slot machines, especially the one across from Newcastle, where the Dunkin' Donuts is, and he plays in there and he wins, a couple $1,000s there all the time. But you go in there on a normal day, it's wow. it's less than 3,000 square feet of gameplay in there, too, and it's really small. It's really clean, and sure enough, you can hit some jackpots in there too. But I'm not a big fan of I'm not a big fan of quiet slot machines for some reason. Quiet, 1-2 players. We need to check out Borders next time. I didn't know there was another casino called Borders. Borders Casino. Let me Google this real quick to see what it says. Border Casino, Oklahoma. Yeah, Border Casino, right off of there, by Thackerville. Um, it's like a little gas station. Yeah, that gas station there. Yeah, that's the one you're talking about. No, I haven't even been inside of there yet, and I didn't even know that was called Borders. But yes, I go to that gas station. That gas station there has a video game right when you walk in the door, and it's the Keymaster game, which I love to play those games. I don't know why, but it's the only place in Oklahoma that you'll ever see cash, $500, $100 strung up in there. And I actually hit an iPad from one of those Keymaster games before, and it's no different from a slot machine. Eventually, if you YouTube Keymaster games, you'll see right when I'll show you when the percentage is about to pay out, the key actually goes above versus below. And if you YouTube it, it'll show you the symptoms, no different like these slot machines, when these jackpots or when these Keymasters is about to pay. So, so check those out. But I do like playing them. No different. You go stick $100 in a slot machine, you might even win $500 from a gas station, and people do win them. And again, I won a $500 iPad from $5. But yes, but I haven't been to Borders. Maybe we'll go in there one day and we'll check it out and see if there's anything going on in there. I have not done group pool yet. If you guys want to do group pool, we can do some group pools. I'm all about it. I have no idea how to do group pools. I'm assuming everybody pulls in their money. And just like what Danny said earlier, no different. If we all win, we split it, but it gets complicated. I don't know. Does everybody pay the same amount of money? Are we pulling in? If everybody putting in $100, how do you do it? So I don't know. Maybe I'll get more information on it, and we can do a group pool, and I'll get it on footage, and we'll go in there and try to win some big jackpots. VGT 9 lines. There's that VGT called Mr. Moneyback 2 and Ruby Red 2 that it's a $12, I think $12 and a $25 spin. They do pretty well. You'll hit red spins every now and then, but I haven't seen people win jackpots out of them. I see red screens, red screens a lot off of those, but I don't see a lot of jackpots off of them. The red screen bubbling hits when it's not busy. He can not win to save his life. Jacqueline, it's a true story, and I tell this all the time. When you go to the casino, anybody go to the casino, and you're in a sour mood, and you're sad, and you're depressed, forget about it. Save your money, fold it up, don't even play. Because if you are going to the casino on a sad note, you're going to lose every single dollar it is. And if you don't feel it mentally, stay away from the casino because it's contagious. You go with casinos with a friend that doesn't have money to play, they're going to suck you dry because they're going to stand over your shoulders and they're going to look at you and they're going to go, oh my God, honey, you can't afford that. I can't afford that. Oh, this is out of my league. You really can't have a good time gambling with people that doesn't gamble. So leave these friends at home. And stay away from negative people because I swear to God, they'll come and they'll suck every energy you got away from you, and they'll bring you bad juju, and you'll end up losing all your money. And if you come in there with a pre-note that your bumbling idiot husband is going to lose money at a jackpot, you might as well stay home, because you already predetermined that he's going to lose, and you're not going to win a jackpot. So go in there with the mind frame that you're going to hit a jackpot, and you're gonna hit big, and believe it, and you're going to hit something. But when you go in there and you're already expecting, oh boy, he's going to lose $200 today, then, forget it. You might as well just give that, to the homeless or somebody that's going to need it, because 9 out of 10 times that's going to happen to where you're going to lose all of it. So don't do that. Don't jinx yourself, and go in there with a good mind frame that you're going to win. And stay away from bad. Don't bring friends with you to the casino, because that is another bad thing. They'll stand over your shoulders. They won't go away. They'll sit there in front of you, and you're like, get the hell out of here. Go away. Go do something. And if they're negative, stay away from it. Wear a lucky shirt. We're going to start launching out some shirts pretty soon, and I want you guys to know this. We're going to make some Red Screen Ninja shirts. And I'm designing a few right now, and we're going to put it up in the channel pretty soon. But we're going to make some nice, comfy, nice, pretty shirts that you guys can sport your Red Screen Ninja shirts, and not be a dead ninja, the whole 9 yard. And hopefully you guys can support those shirts, and we'll see them at these casinos. But they're going to be pretty nice. I'm going to release them probably in the next week or so. Well, good. I'm glad you support him hitting jackpots, because, jackpots, they do come and go, and but don't jinx them. True, Nick, but you often gotta wonder this too. When it's less busy, when you're playing by yourself, you notice that 1 cent card comes up every single time, to where you're literally, like, the end of the card ends so much faster. You'll play for like 5 minutes, and the end of the round has ended, and now you have 1 penny, 2 pennies, 5 pennies on your deal. And I often wonder, like, if that's the case, on a busy night, that card never ends. I don't know what happens. You can sit there and play for hours. You'll never see a penny. But and I don't know how long. Maybe you don't pay attention about the pennies for some reason. But I notice on a crowded night, you'll rarely see the penny, versus on an empty night, and you're playing by yourself or with somebody, 1 or 2, and that penny keeps popping up one after another. So, to me, it seems to be better when you're playing in a group. I look at it like this. It's almost like the water gun game at the fair. If you guys ever play the water gun game at the fair, all of them have a potential to win. But each of these water gun games, shoot to the left, shoot to the right. Some shoot dead on, some shoot a little crooked. And realistically, you have to find that right machine, the right gun that shoots directly at the target. And when you do that, of course, when the race, no different, just like the water gun game, the more the players, the bigger the payout. You're gonna get a big prize if everybody sits down. But when you're not, when you're playing only 1 or 2 people, and you're gonna hit a red spin, and that red spin is gonna be a 5 credit win, and it's gonna give you that over and over and over again, and you're like, why am I keep getting red spins, but I'm not getting a big jackpot? And it's the same thing. There's not really many people playing. There's not really money in there to be played, and that's my take on all these slot machines. So play when a lot of people are feeding in a lot of money. Play, and hopefully, again, you can hit. I've seen a $2 machine hit $20,000. I've seen, it all varies, but your odds are better when you're in a pool of a lot of people that's going to that are playing at the same time. Maybe one day, Joel, in the live stream, if I can find a place that can allow me to live stream, I will do that. But that's the plan. And yes, in Vegas, each of the games are individually linked. So if you look at the progressive in some of the in Vegas, each machine has a 5,000 progressive, 7,000 progressive, 4,000 progressive. Sit down and play the one that has the most progressive on there. That's saying, hey, it's a $10,000 progressive because it's about to pay. But don't sit there and pick the, I've seen, even Riverwind has this. There's a machine that has like the mega jackpot of $200. I was like, who wants to sit and play on a $200 jackpot machine? But they do have it. Yeah. A group pool of $1,000 and win. Hey, I'm down for it. I literally want to do, a couple $1,000, and I really want to go hard on this on $100 pool because I've seen people on these busy nights feed thousands of dollars on it, $5,000, $10,000 on it, and it doesn't do nothing. And I've seen a guy no different sit there and he hits jackpot back to back on them and raked in at least $80,000 from all of those. So yeah, it's we'll figure out let me figure out a way how to make that happen, and we can do a group pool and get that going. Yeah, the penny, Jacqueline, is just their way of saying it's almost like a like blackjack, and it's saying, hey, this shoe is over. Here's a penny. And then it redeals the card again, it gets reshuffled in again, and then now a new game has started. So even if you had a shitty run that round and you notice it doesn't work, when I see a penny, I go, okay, maybe it's going to change my luck. But that doesn't always, happen too, because I notice like machines are kind of hot. When it's kind of hot that round or that hour, it gets hot. Like all of a sudden, it doesn't matter if another penny comes up, you keep hitting because that machine is ready to pay out. So I noticed that a few times, but sometimes I wonder, like, okay, maybe the penny starts again, maybe my luck's changed, but it just shows you that a new round has started. Yeah, Jay, I don't know if you guys done these group pools before, but show me a website or so that I can like read up on it and figure out how we can pull this off. I'd love to do a group pool, and we'll shoot it, and we'll do 50 spins, 100 spins, or whatever it is, and hopefully we'll hit something really good on video. And that way, at least I can go to these casinos and tell them, hey, I'm bringing $10,000, $20,000, and we're gonna do a group pool, and they would welcome me with open arms. Than to be like, hey, get the hell out of here. But that's the plan. That'd be good. Maybe we'll figure out how to do it. We play mainly over at most of the time we play over at Riverwind. For the only reason is that again we get free plays over there, and no different. We get free play over at Newcastle too, but we spend a lot more time sometimes over at Riverwind because it's not smoky than Newcastle. You don't get hit up by homeless people and panhandlers over there, and the food tastes a lot better over at Riverwind too. So we hang out over at Riverwind the most. And I will take your word on it, Lady D. If Choctaw allows you to film, by all means, I'm gonna get a tripod and everything. We're gonna get this going right. I'm gonna make sure we're gonna have a live view, live everything, and we're gonna get this filmed. And maybe I'll run into Erica Slot Worlds over there. No, Riverwind is an asshole when it comes to recording. And they say they made up all this. I heard so much stories that, you're figuring out the codes on how to break these slot machines, and you're reverse engineering all these deals and malfunctions to the slot machines and all this nonsense that the vendors won't allow you to. It's private property. No, they won't let you film anything over there, so they'll ask you to shut it off, and they'll even threaten you that if you get caught a few more times, they're going to kick you out. So we kind of have to be discreet about it if we film over there. Yeah, we'll do that. If they do that, then I'll find a way how to rig the camera on a good day, and again we'll sit there and we'll live play this and hopefully get some footage going. First thoughts. I play quite often, and when I can't, well, good. I'll make sure we'll put some good stuff on there. Deck log. You're absolutely right. It's free advertising, and if you were to hit a jackpot from Riverwind, Windstar, people's like, wow, I'm gonna go there and play. But for some reason, some of these people they must have not watched YouTube a lot. I don't know what it is, but they don't want you to film. And again, I think it has to, some of these whether it's malfunctioning or whatever it is, or I don't know, they give you a hard time. So I don't know what to tell you. Bigger your channel gets, everyone may be big. See, so yes, we need all the subscribers we can get. We're growing in numbers, but yes, anybody, if you guys can help us, get the word out, be great. Well, hopefully we can get to 100,000 subscribers in no time. But I think we're right about 3,000 subscribers right now, and that's going on a few months from now. Brian Christopher's website. I will do that. Let me go to that website and check it out. I know he does it, and we'll check it out and see what we can do to do that. But I think that'd be fun. Brian Christopher. Yep. Same thing with Raja. He just goes around and they're having a great time over there. Again. $1,000 pull. That was a great video. If you guys haven't seen that yet, that top dollar there, I always wonder how they ever pay you on top dollar. And sure enough, once he hit that top dollar logo, it just gave it to him and said, "Here you go, 1,000." It didn't even bother saying, "Hey, take the offer, don't take the offer." It didn't. It just said, "Here you go." But I always wonder how that happened, because do they give you 100 offer, 100 credits, 200 credits, and you decline it a few times, and then he finally gives you the 1,000 credits? But watching that, it looks like if you're gonna hit 100,000, it's gonna give it to you. So I'm glad that they shot that on video. It's a great video where they won $100,000 on that. So yeah, let me read up on that, and we'll figure out how we're gonna pull off this pool. And sure enough, I'll get it posted on our Facebook page. If you guys haven't liked our Facebook page yet, do so. We try to put some photos on there, because sometimes when we're at the casinos and the connection isn't that good to upload, a gigabyte worth of video or whatever it is. So we snap a photo and we put it on there, and so you guys can always follow live. And no different, we'll put stuff on there where, guess where we're at. Like last time we were at, Windstar. Only goes to the casino and invites him. Yeah, that would be the plan, Lady D. Hopefully these local casinos will reach out to us and say, "Hey, please come out and hang out here and play." But until we are coming with $10,000-$20,000 to play, I don't think they're gonna be calling anytime soon. Yeah. And then plus he got a great following too. Again, I think Brian Christopher got 100,000 subscribers, so that's 100,000 free advertisements that they're getting, whether they pay the guy to come out or not. But yeah, he has over 100,000 viewers that are watching his videos, and so it's free advertisement and publicity for them. So it doesn't hurt. Are you guys not out gambling tonight? Is nobody? Is everybody staying in for the night? There's a couple concerts that's gonna be happening pretty soon. Maybe I'll give some plugs to the local casinos here, but we have some good acts coming through Riverwind here. Let me see what's going on. I saw some night fishing. Let's see here. Showtime. Air Supply is coming out September 14 to Riverwind Casino. On September 14, John Conley and the Bellamy's Brothers, September 28th. Cameo is coming out October 13th. Jamie Johnson, October 19th, and Michael McDonald on December 21st. If you guys are planning to go to some of these shows here, they often get sold out really fast too, and surprisingly, they come in for one day, and they do like a few shows. Like sometimes they do 2 shows a night, and sometimes they just do 1 show a night. Let me see what they got going on here. I saw that they put the pile of cash in the, and it's like a little game show they got going on over there, right? And I got that in the mailer, and it says come out, for your chance to be drawn in this game show deal. But I feel they just send it out to anybody, and it's just no different, a lucky seat drawing. So if we're out there, we'll try to go. But no, it just seems to be like an everyday promotion. Take your kid with you, Terry. I mean, you can put him in a hotel and check on him every now and then. It's better than leaving him in the car. To River Star. Where is River Star Casino at? Yeah. Yep, you can. Literally, get a hotel, bring the PlayStation, plug it up in the TV there, and then no different, going and checking, you'll be okay. Choctaw lost everything. Oh, man. That's not good. Great live stream. Gotta go. Thank you, Danny. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, we'll get some good stuff, some more good stuff going on. No gameplay. I'm sorry, no gameplay. I could put on some computer app games and play for you guys to look at if you guys want to watch. If you're down to watch stuff like that, but no live play. And we'll probably conclude this live stream too. I know it's been going on now for about an hour and 43 minutes, but we'll save it for next time, I guess. But thanks for watching, everybody, and feel free to like, subscribe, follow our Facebook, send us some super chats if you like. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll try to get some new videos ready for tonight, and we'll get it uploaded first thing tomorrow morning for you guys, so you guys can start the week ready to gamble. Thanks for watching, guys, and you guys have a good night.